Welcome to Dream Right Go. This is your game in focus. Seedlings by Bardsley Creative. Immerse yourself in nature as a sentient seed in this relaxing award-winning 2.5 puzzle platformer, featuring real photos and videos, all developed in free open-source GODOT Game Engine. Possess different plant creatures with unique abilities, finding your way through the beautiful New Zealand forest lands. While playing the demo, I found Seedling to be relaxing, as it tickled that sci-fi itch I love to scratch. Keyboard and mouse controls were simple, allowing me to focus on getting my sentient seed self to its destination. Oddly, it invoked warm memories of Swamp Thing, directed by Wes Craven. This lovely game features a single player as well as full control support. Minimum system requirements are 64-bit, both on Windows and Mac. Release date is 2002 November, both on Steam and itch.io. Developed in Godot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it all. Godot has some great news. The developers at Godot, the Godot team, has released Godot 4.0, the beta, and this is amazing. Around 1 p.m. Eastern time, they did that. And I'm going to tell you what, around that time, I went to go to the servers to go look. I couldn't even get the website open. It was just like nothing's happening, right? Which is, that's going to happen because so many people have been waiting for this beta of 4.0 to happen. There is a lot of work that's going into Godot 4.0. It's a whole new way of thinking with it. There's so many new improvements, and this version is locked down as far as the features. The features are locked on, so everything that's there is everything that you get to play around with, right? That's going to be so cool. Now they're working out the bugs and whatnot for a full release. I'm hoping against hope that they're going to do a full release like in December. But if it takes January, February, or whatever, whenever it's right, it's right. And I don't want to pressure none of these guys from doing what they're doing. But also, you heard about the whole W4 Games, which I think is a very intelligent move by the creators of Godot and the people, everybody that's involved and why they're doing it. We'll talk about that on another video here. But I think that that's a very smart move. Now, one of the things that some people have brought up was the fact that Godot 4.0 has discontinued the visual script. Now, some folks believe that by discontinuing the visual script, that this is going to deter some newer people. Now, I am newer people. I am that demographic. I'm the person that never has done any type of code. I haven't created any games or anything like that. I have opened up Unreal. I have opened up Unity before, and I have opened up Godot. Just I wanted to look at the interface and see what it was all involving, right? And I just, like I told you on a different video, that I think that Godot looks very welcoming, okay? But here's the deal. Is visual scripting a big deal, or is it super important as far as Godot is concerned, as far as my point of view? To me, I'm going to say no. It's not really of a big deal to me. Now, to some people, it might be. Okay, now with Unreal, they have the blueprints, which is ingrained in the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine was built with blueprints in mind, right? So that has the best visual scripting that's going on. I don't know what Unity got going on over there, but I'm sure that they got some sort of visual scripting thing going on, right? But is it important for Godot to have it? Now, here's my point. In the post, it says that there wasn't a lot of activity happening, or there wasn't a lot of interest happening. And I'm like, okay, so if there wasn't that much interest happening and whatnot, don't put your resources there. Put it off to the side. And if there's enough energy behind that, there are people who want to pick that ball up and run with it, then let them go ahead and develop it. And it can always be reintroduced back in as a plugin or whatever, right? But I would rather them take their energies and put it towards Godot in of itself, and that core engine, put it in there. But also, I would like to see more development happening with GD Script. GD Script is on version 2 now. They reworked it and everything. I would like to see more energy being put into GD script, make that more, better performance happening with that. GD script being a higher level language, not lower level language in the sense as like closer to the metal when it comes to a computer, like your C plus or your C, your C plus, or even your C sharp, right? But GD script is built with Godot in mind. Now, what did that just sound like, right? What did I just say about Unreal? I just said that Blueprints was built or Unreal was built with Blueprints in mind, right? GD script was built Godot was built with GD script in mind. So they already have this connection, you know what I mean? So I want to see more development happening in that arena. You can do C plus programming inside of Godot. I looked into that whole thing because you got to you don't have to, but you can use Visual Script or whatever from Microsoft. You can link that together. That's for another day. It's a lot of back and forth with that. I like the idea that GD script, it works right inside of Godot, right where it needs to be. Now, I don't know what's all going to happen with Godot 4.0, but I do kind of hope that I can pull the command line or, wherever you put in I can't remember the name of what that part is called, but wherever you type in your code, I'm hoping that I can pull that away from the whole program and like put it off onto another screen. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, right? But I did finally get to download Godot 4.0 beta, right? And I'm just looking so forward to trying it out. Also, if you go over there to their GitHub, you'll see, the activity that's going on right now. Like right now, in the last 8 minutes, like 8 minutes ago from me doing my recording right now, somebody in there did some sort of an update, right? So there's some work happening. There's people in there getting down into the nitty gritty, which is really exciting. So the 4.0, it has here that it's 85% complete. There's 2,707 open items going on, 16,000 closed items. I don't understand what's all happening inside of GitHub, right? I just made myself an account and I went in there and I said, I'm going to start poking around just to see what I can, wrap my mind around. But it's kind of fun looking at these people doing their work and creating these tools that you get to use later, right? I think that it's just absolutely awesome. And I also think that it's very, very, very important that we keep in mind that this is a labor of love for a lot of different people. There's so many different people contributing code and changing things and fixing things just so that people like me and you can bring our games to life, to help bring that dream to life, to making a game. Now, for me, I just want to make a small game, but there are other people out there that want to be like a straight up game dev, and that's cool. You can go after that. The fact that there's things like Godot that's out there, these open source programs, allows you to bring that dream to life, especially if you don't have the money to buy like super high-end software. But that's not to say that the open source software isn't super high-end, because it is, and it's growing leaps and bounds. You have your Blender, your LibreOffice. There's so many different programs out there that are developed from the open source community. So like, I just want to encourage you, give them a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? They don't know me. This isn't sponsored or anything like that. But what I am saying is a couple dollars goes a long way. You know what I mean? You know how much Photoshop and all that stuff costs? You know how much that stuff costs? If they had a fraction of that, can you imagine how much more work they could get done so that all of us can enjoy it? I think it's just downright awesome. Hats off to the Godot team. I'm going to get back on here and start playing around with a couple different things. I can't wait to mess around with it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for joining me here. Dream, write, go after it like a